Listen carefully. This is not noise. This is not coincidence. And this is not for everyone. In this very moment, while countless voices are shouting for your attention, while fear and distraction try to crowd your mind, God is whispering something sacred into your spirit. This is not a message meant to be debated or displayed. This is a secret and somehow beyond logic, beyond qualification, beyond your past failures or present doubts. You are the one who can understand it. Not because you are perfect, but because your heart has been prepared through pressure, through waiting, through tears you never explained to anyone. God does not waste silence, and He does not whisper without intention. If you feel a stirring right now, if something inside you is leaning forward instead of pulling back, it is because this moment was designed with you in mind. God has always worked through secrets, not secrets meant to confuse, but secrets meant to protect power until the right vessel is ready. The world celebrates what is loud, but God entrusts what is steep. The most important movements of destiny are never announced with noise. They are planted quietly in the inner chambers of the soul. You may have wondered why you see what others overlook, why certain truths trouble you while others remain comfortable, why your spirit refuses to settle for shallow answers. That is not arrogance. That is assignment. God places sensitivity before He releases responsibility. He allows you to feel deeply before He asks you to move boldly. The secret He is telling you is not information. It is direction wrapped in intimacy. There were seasons when you thought God was distant, when prayers felt unanswered and signs seemed delayed. But God was not absent. He was drawing you closer by stripping away distractions. Silence is not punishment. Silence is refinement. When God quiets the outside, He amplifies the inside. He was training your hearing, teaching you the language of discernment, teaching you how to recognize truth without needing applause to confirm it. Others require proof. You require alignment. That is why God speaks to you differently. He knows you will not misuse what you hear. He knows you will carry it with reverence, not pride. This secret is not about elevation alone. It is about preparation. God is not just taking you somewhere. He is changing how you see where you already are. He is opening your eyes to patterns you missed, to cycles you are meant to break, to doors that have been waiting for your courage, not your perfection. You thought the delay was denial, but it was protection. You thought the pressure was opposition, but it was positioning. God does not reveal secrets to impress you. He reveals them to align you. And once alignment happens, acceleration becomes inevitable. You have felt it, that quiet unrest, that holy dissatisfaction. Not dissatisfaction with life, but dissatisfaction with settling. You can function in the familiar, but your spirit keeps asking for more. That is the evidence of a secret already at work. God is calling you higher, not to escape responsibility, but to carry greater clarity. He is teaching you to see beyond appearances, to understand motives beneath words, to recognize timing even when the calendar disagrees. Let crystallized pain will find purpose when the time comes to act. You will not need to be pushed. The conviction will rise naturally. Obedience will feel urgent but peaceful. You will move without panic, speak without fear, decide without regret. That is the power of divine alignment. God does not rush you, He readies you. And readiness creates confidence that no opposition can dismantle. So stay attentive, stay humble, stay responsive. The secret is alive, unfolding, guiding. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are exactly where understanding meets timing. God chose this moment because He chose you. And what He is revealing now will carry you into everything that was waiting on your yes. Everything that was delayed for your growth. Everything that required you to become before you could receive. Everything that demanded depth before display. Everything that could only be trusted to someone who learned how to listen before learning how to speak. Someone who learned how to wait before learning how to lead. Someone who learned how to carry silence before carrying influence. Someone who understands that the greatest power is not in being seen, but in being aligned. Someone who knows that when God speaks quietly, it is because what He is saying is strong enough to move worlds without noise. What God is revealing to you now is not meant to overwhelm you, but it will stretch you. Expansion always feels like pressure before it feels like freedom. That pressure you sense in your spirit is not anxiety, it is capacity being enlarged. God is increasing your ability to carry truth, to steward insight, to remain steady when others are shaken. Many people want answers, but few are willing to be reshaped by them. God trusts you because you did not just ask for direction, you surrendered to transformation. That is why this secret rests with you. It is not fragile, but it is sacred. And sacred things require reverence, patience, and obedience. God is teaching you the difference between information and revelation. Information can be shared casually. Revelation demands responsibility. Information entertains the mind. Revelation governs the life. What you are receiving now is meant to change how you move, how you decide, how you respond. God is sharpening your inner compass, so you do not wander even when the path is unclear. You are learning to be led, not driven, guided, not rushed. This is the posture of someone who understands that timing is as powerful as action. There will be moments when the secret God placed in you challenges your comfort. Truth often disrupts before it establishes. God is not interested in preserving your convenience. He is committed to fulfilling your purpose. That is why He allows inner tension to signal that something old must be released to make room for something higher. You are not losing stability, you are gaining alignment. What feels like instability is actually recalibration. God is fine-tuning your priorities so your energy flows toward what matters most. You may notice that your tolerance for surface-level living is diminishing. Conversations that once satisfied now feel empty. Goals that once motivated now feel insufficient. This is not discontentment. This is clarity. God is lifting your gaze. So you no longer measure life by noise or numbers, but by impact and obedience. He is teaching you to value depth over speed, substance over recognition. When God entrusts a secret, He also reshapes desire. So the secret is protected by discipline. God is reminding you that not every battle requires confrontation. Some require consistency. Some require silence. Some require you to simply keep doing what is right when it feels unnoticed. The secret is teaching you restraint, not weakness, but strength under control. Power that does not need to announce itself. Confidence that does not seek permission. God is training you to be unmovable in character even when circumstances fluctuate. There is a reason God speaks to you in stillness. Loud environments distort truth. Stillness clarifies it. When everything slows down, you hear what actually matters. God wants you rooted, not reactive, anchored, not anxious. The secret He is unfolding is anchoring you so deeply that storms will reveal your strength rather than threaten it. You are being prepared to stand firm while others search for footing. God is also healing your perception. Where you once interpreted delay as rejection, you are now beginning to see it as refinement. Where you once saw obstacles, you are now recognizing boundaries that protected you. Wisdom is growing. Where frustration once lived, understanding is replacing impatience. This is evidence that the secret is working internally. God always transforms the inner landscape before changing the external one. Do not underestimate the power of obedience in small things. God measures faithfulness differently than the world does. He watches how you handle what you think does not matter, how you respond when no reward is promised, how you choose integrity when compromise would be easier. These moments are not insignificant. They are qualifying. The secret is sustained not by talent, but by consistency. God multiplies what is managed well. You are learning that strength does not mean having all the answers. Strength means trusting God when answers are partial. It means moving forward with clarity of direction, even when the destination is still unfolding. God is building endurance in you. Endurance that does not panic under uncertainty. This endurance will carry you through seasons where clarity comes gradually, not instantly. And when clarity arrives, you will be ready to act without hesitation. There will be times when others misunderstand your restraint, your pace, your silence. Let them explanation is not always required. God did not give them the secret. He gave it to you, not to separate you from others, but to position you for service at the right time. Influence that comes from alignment lasts longer than influence built on approval. God is preparing you for impact that does not fade when attention shifts. Pay attention to how your discernment now overrides impulse. You are less reactive, more intentional, less driven by emotion, more guided by conviction. This is maturity. God is stabilizing you so your decisions are not dictated by pressure or praise. Stability is a sign of trustworthiness. God entrusts weight to those who will not drop it when things get heavy. The secret also carries instruction for endurance. God is reminding you that purpose unfolds in phases, not all at once. Do not despise gradual progress. Momentum built slowly lasts longer. God is teaching you patience without passivity, waiting while remaining rare. D. Preparation is active, not idle. Every day you choose alignment. You are moving closer. Even if it feels subtle, you are beginning to recognize that peace is not the absence of challenge, it is the presence of trust. God is cultivating a peace in you that is not dependent on outcomes. This peace will guard your decisions, your relationships, your vision. When peace leads, confusion loses authority. When trust deepens, fear weakens. The secret strengthens peace because it anchors you in purpose. What God is doing now will eventually require boldness. Quiet seasons precede courageous actions. Do not rush the quiet. It is fortifying you. God is teaching you how to hear before you speak, how to stand before you advance, how to remain grounded before you rise. Elevation without grounding creates instability. God is too wise to allow that. Soon, opportunities will appear that match the preparation you are receiving. When they do, you will recognize them, not because they are flashy, but because they align. Alignment feels right even when it is challenging. It resonates deeper than excitement. God's direction carries weight, not chaos. When the moment comes, you will not need convincing. The secret will rise to the surface and guide your steps naturally. Remain attentive to your inner posture. pride would distort what God is building. Humility preserves it. Gratitude sharpens awareness. Obedience sustains flow. God resists the rushed, but supports the surrendered. Keep your heart teachable. Keep your spirit responsive. The secret grows in environments of humility. You are not being shaped for momentary success, but for lasting impact. God's work is never shallow. He builds foundations that endure pressure. What He is forming in you will outlast trends, seasons, and opinions. This is why the process feels intense. It is precise. God does not approximate purpose, He defines it. Stay faithful. Stay aligned. Stay aware. The secret God is revealing is not just for now, it is for what is coming. And what is coming will require the depth you are developing, the clarity you are receiving, and the strength you are building in silence. God is also awakening your responsibility to steward what you have been shown. Revelation without responsibility becomes confusion, but revelation with obedience becomes transformation. You are realizing that insight is not given for entertainment. It is given for alignment. God is drawing your attention to your daily choices, not to burden you, but to empower you. Small decisions carry eternal weight when they are made in awareness. The secret you carry sharpens your conscience so that even ordinary moments become opportunities for obedience. This is how destiny is built. Not in grand displays, but in faithful alignment over time. You may sense that your inner world has become more active than your outer world, and that is intentional. God always strengthens the unseen before He expands the visible. Roots grow in darkness before branches stretch toward light. You are being rooted deeply so that when growth comes, it does not uproot you. God is establishing conviction so strong that no external pressure can uproot your purpose. This is why distractions no longer satisfy you. God is training your focus so your energy is not wasted on what does not contribute to calling. There is also a cleansing taking place in yourself from forcing doors that are meant to open naturally. God's timing is not arbitrary, it is precise. When you learn to honor timing, you protect purpose. God is also preparing you to recognize opposition without being intimidated by it. Resistance is not always a sign of error. Sometimes it is confirmation that movement has begun. The secret gives you discernment to know when to stand firm and when to step aside. Not every challenge requires confrontation. Wisdom chooses battles carefully. God is training you to conserve strengths so it is available when it matters most. You may notice that your sense of identity is stabilizing. You are less affected by external validation. Praise no longer defines you, and criticism no longer controls you. This stability is essential. God cannot entrust influence to someone who is easily swayed by opinion. The secret anchors your identity so that you act from conviction, not reaction. When identity is secure, purpose flows freely. God is also sharpening your awareness of consequences. Every choice carries weight. Every word carries direction. You are becoming more intentional because you understand that alignment today shapes opportunity tomorrow. This awareness is not fear-based, it is wisdom-based. God does not want you anxious about mistakes. He wants you mindful of impact. When you move with awareness, your life becomes purposeful rather than accidental. There is a deepening reverence growing in you. You are becoming more aware of God's presence in ordinary moments. Work becomes worship. Discipline becomes devotion. Rest becomes trust. Disintegration is part of the secret. God is not interested in compartmentalized faith. He deserves to carry revelation. When responsibility increases, support increases as well. You are not alone in this process. God's presence sustains what His purpose initiates. Remain watchful. Remain responsive. The secret continues to unfold as you walk faithfully. Every step taken in alignment reveals the next. God does not overwhelm, He leads. And as you continue forward, guided by trust and strength and by obedience, you will realize that what began as a whisper is becoming a steady direction, shaping every part of who you are and everything you are becoming. God is now training your inner discipline, because revelation without discipline eventually leaks. Insight must be guarded by intentional living. This is why your appetite is changing. What once distracted you no longer satisfies you. What once felt urgent now feels optional. God is recalibrating your desires so that you are drawn toward what strengthens you, not what weakens you. Discipline is not restriction, it is protection. God is protecting the future. He is preparing by shaping the habits you practice today. You are beginning to understand that alignment is costly, but misalignment is more expensive. God is sharpening your awareness so you no longer pay the price of delay, regret, or compromise. You are learning to count the cost before you move, not to hesitate, but to honor purpose. Wisdom is not fear of loss, it is respect for consequence. God is teaching you to value long-term impact, random inspiration. This is not emotional excitement. This is alignment. God has been speaking, shaping, preparing, and positioning you far longer than you realize. What you now sense with clarity has been forming quietly through obedience, patience, endurance, and trust. This secret was never meant to elevate your ego. It was meant to anchor your purpose. God does not reveal to impress. He reveals to transform. And you are living proof that transformation has been taking place long before understanding fully.